Alright guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for clicking. Without any introductions, I'm just going to show you this amazing SUV from BYD which uses a Huawei system. Let's go take a look at it. I'm just going to start this review from the front. So you have some radar cameras up there. So there's 3 of them on the roof, and then you have double twin cameras coming from the windshield. So the windshield also has actually 4 cameras that I'm seeing protruding there. So that's really crazy, and the bonnet is very high. So this car's suspension can be lifted and brought down. That's really cool. Let's start from this lights here. So you have some very nicely done LED lighting, and you have this daytime running light running all the way from the left to the right. And then if we come to the middle here, you have the logo, and you got a camera here and another radar sensor down there, and all the radar stuff going on there. So this is the 8. And if you come down here, you will see your proximity signal or parking sensors, and you have some fog lights here also in LED. So that's really cool. And if we look down here, it looks really beefy. It's got these 2 points for towing or pulling, so that's really tough. I like how the whole car looks boxy and looks really tough. Let's move on to the driver's side. So let's look at the tire and see what's going on. So these are reflectors, they are not illuminated, but when we come down here, we meet Pirelli 20-inch rim tires, which you can upgrade to 21-inch size. Get a really thick brake disc in there and a really big long brake caliper. And let's see what's happening here in the suspension department. So there's a lot of wiring and connection going on. So the car's height can be increased and reduced. Looking really tough in there. Let's move on to this side. So you got another camera here, you get 1 camera here, and you get another camera there, and you get another camera there. So Chinese cars are cameras galore. Because of the autonomous driving, they slap so many cameras on the cars to make it easy for drivers to be able to enjoy some autonomous driving. A lot of people still don't trust this sort of system, but they're going on with it full speed. And then you have a running board down here looking really nice. You have this Jeep sort of style mirror, really huge, and the doors open. It has a weight to it, just like it fits this car. And let's see if it has soft door closing. Yes, it does. Let me show that again. Yes, so it has soft door closing. Looks really nice. So I'm just gonna go around the car and then come back. But if I just step back, this is what we see. So you can see a shot of the whole car from the side. It almost looks like a Land Rover, but it has a really nice design, I'm not gonna lie. This is the 6-seat version, which I'm going to go in the interior in a minute, so you get a chance to see it. And on the rear, same thing, you get a 275/55 rim 20 tire, 113V. So it's going to be able to take some heavy weights and some top speed. And if we look down here, the clearance between the tire and the body is actually very high. And so 21-inch wheel will still give you a lot of room for tough off-roading. That's really nice. And this is a 2.0. It's a hybrid car, so it's a 2.0 liter engine that is mated with an electronic battery, mated with a battery, and altogether to give you over 1,100 kilometers. And there's this roof rail here for mounting things onto the car, so that's really nice. And if we move on to the back, you have this boxy rear, which really works for this car. You have some really nice 3D effect rear lighting, and it's just a glass panel, plastic panel covering the whole unit, but inside it you have this 3D individual LED structure that gives it very nice look. And if we just look down here in the rear, we have lots of cameras going on here as well. So there's a camera up here and a light bar, which I suppose is the brake light. And then on the spare wheel you have another camera, and you have another camera down here, and it's cameras all over this vehicle. That's really crazy. These are also some rear lights for extra safety. Get your exposed rear wheel, you get exposed spare tire and your rear wiper. So that's really cool. And if we go on to the right side, so the right side obviously is going to mimic the left side of the car. So yeah, now let me go into the interior and show you how the interior looks like. So I'm just going to start from the passenger side. So when you open the door, this is what you have, a very wide opening, and it's really nicely sealed. So there's a lot of rubber seals all around the door, and it opens quite wide, almost 45 degrees, and you almost don't have the feel like it's an off-road style car. It almost feels like a luxury SUV sort of. And up here you have this nice, I believe it's fake leather, but it's soft touch, and you have some wood effects here, and integrated in there, as you can see on the camera, is the, it's nice that the showroom is a little dark, so I can have the chance to show you how the ambient lighting looks like. You got a speaker grill here, and it comes with a DeViolet speaker brand. I've never heard of it, but it sounds really good. And then you look at all the details that is going on in the door. It's really crazy. You have two areas where you can hold to close the door. So you have this part, and you also have that part if you want to go rogue. You have a button for opening the door, the button for very quiet window when it's going down, but it's quiet. It's double glazed as well, so you can see a double panel glass right there. And then down here you have some door pockets all lined with felt, so things are not going to be rattling about. And you also have, just like on many cars, an emergency pull latch for opening the door in case there's a failure of power. And you got a running board here, so it's going to make it easy for you to climb up the vehicle. And let's take a look at the seat. So the front passenger seat, you got airbag on the side, I believe, in the seat, and you also have these control panels for lumbar support, seat controls, just like on many other cars. And then if I would just sit inside, so I'm a tall guy, so I don't really need a running board, but when I sit inside, this is what I see on the passenger side. Be patient, we'll be going to the driver's side soon. So here what I have is this nice grip for you to be able to climb in and out of a car. You have your air vents right here, and you have this screen right in front of the passenger. So if you're a passenger, you're angry with the driver and you don't want to talk to him or her, whatever, you have your own screen. Or if the driver just wants to have some peace of mind, doesn't want to talk to anybody, the passenger has a full screen that they can watch movies or do whatever they want to do. So that's really cool, and it's a really good size. Some cars have really huge screens and it's too close to the eye, but this one is recessed nicely and the distance is really good, so it's not going to be troubling to the human eye, I suppose. And if you look up here, I'm 183 centimeters. I have lots of room, and you have the glove box right here, also nicely lined with felt. That's really cool. And up here you have a speaker, and you have your mirrors with vanity mirrors. That's really nice, and it's double as well, so there's another one in there. So this one can cover this the side, block the sunshine from the right side, and this one can block the one from the front, from the windshield, if you need it. Obviously it sits really high, so if you're sitting in the passenger seat, this is what you're going to see. But while I'm here, let me just show you Down here you have a small pocket where you can store things as well, and you have some vents here as well. That's really neat. Some nice aluminum feel there. And I guess the biggest show here is this refrigerator. It's not something new, it's on many Chinese cars now. So you get a decent sized refrigerator. It's actually on now, and it's currently turned off, but it still feels cool from when it was turned on. And you can control it by pressing the button and changing the temperature of the fridge as you wish. So that's really neat. And it's a real refrigerator. As you can see, there are some seals here that will stop the cold air from escaping. And once it's shut, it doubles as a very comfortable armrest for the passenger. Now someone would ask why this is not for storage. Well, this is a fridge, and so they've given you some storage down here, which kind of takes away everything that you want to store. So it's not going to be easy for anyone to see inside. And let's get into the driver's seat. So if we're getting in the driver's seat, once again, so it also opens to a nice size, almost 45 degrees. Obviously the driver will have more buttons going on here for all the controls. So you have child lock buttons, and the thing is, they give you some really nice button feeling. So these are all aluminum, feel really good and premium. And again, you have two ways to shut the door, and down here it's basically the same configuration besides these two buttons. And you have your door, your seat controls right here. And if I'm stepping in to the driver's seat here, I have let me just move my seat back so I can see it properly. So yeah, you have these controls here for the roof. It's not a full-size roof, but it's a decent one. And then you have your 24-hour SOS assistance communication, and up here you got a camera to monitor what's going on in the car. And then you also have a screen here, that the rear view mirror that doubles as a camera, so you can see what's happening behind you in high definition. And then you also have a glasses holder here, very nice blacked out, and it's lined entirely with with felt. So that's really cool. And you also have these touch sensitive buttons that change in intensity as you touch it. So that's really nice as well. And let me just take a glance at the interior before I come back to the instruments. So here, besides the screen for the passenger that I showed you earlier, there's a middle screen here, which is really large, and it's going to give you the freedom to operate and to see whilst you're driving. It just fits perfectly with the size of this car. And down here you have your grills, and this is just a screen that responds to your music and all other sounds that are going on, and also shows you your ambient lighting that is currently displayed. At this moment is alternating, is changing. And you've got two 50-watt wireless charging pads here. You've got a big gear shift lever here with P in the middle, so you press for park, and then just like the conventional. So unlike most cars that are putting it on the stock here, your gear lever is still in the middle, which I believe is like it's nicely placed, so it's easy to reach. And then you have some buttons here. You got your hazard lights, you got your EV or HEV button toggle, you have your ignition in red, in bold red, and you got some other functions, not sure what this one is. And this is to change all the driving modes, whether you want to run four-wheel drive and all that. And then you have your locking system here, axle locking system here. You get some controls for your windshield and your fan speed, and you've got this rotor here for controlling. If I roll it up, you see volume goes up and down, and pause, and ignition for your controls. Overall looking really nice. And this is the packet that I was showing you before. extra storage where you can save stuff. And down here you have some nice aluminum paddles here for driving, all looking very, very premium. And you have some cup holders here as well, so that's really, really cool. Let's take a look at the screen. So the screen comes with so the language here can be changed. I'm just gonna switch it to English. A lot of Chinese cars don't, but this one does, which is really, really nice. I get the opportunity to show you the functions. So if I press car, you got all these functions here, and you've got, it's very, very nice system. So you got your music, you got your phone link, you got Bluetooth connection, you got door lock information, and you've got this for all your settings. So you've got common lighting, door, sound and display, energy, driving, die-link or D-link. Not sure what that means. I believe it's for linking your phone. And there you got your ADS, which is sort of the autonomous driving system for Huawei. And then we go on to your temperature controls, seat controls, windshield controls, and all those good stuff. And you come down here and you have you can also control the temperature of the fridge from the screen rather than doing it with a button, so that's really nice. It's a bit redundant, but it's okay. And so you get cooling and heating as well. So actually the not just cooling, but you can also heat stuff in the refrigerator, which is really, really nice. So let's leave it on cooling. And then here allows you to go to the menu to see all your downloaded apps. You basically have an iPad or some sort of a tablet in the car, so you can download whatever you want to download. And it comes with extra card reading. And these days a lot of cars come with 4 or 5G. Some really nice ambient lighting right there and there and all around the car. So that's really, really cool. So yeah, this is the front of the vehicle. And before I forget, there is a camera here as well to monitor the driver's behavior. And right there in front, if you can see, there's is blinking there. If I can focus, yes, you can see some augmented reality with a heads-up display. You can't see it clearly on the camera, but it has a lot of details and it's quite clear to see. So that's really, really nice. And it's projected way ahead, so it's easy to be able to see. And down up here you have some grab handles, which also are on all the other parts of the car. So that's really, really nice. You also have speakers in the headrests that you can choose an option for, and then you can have your sound coming from the headrest. And you also have buttons here for controlling various functions of the car. You get your vents coming out from here, so that's really cool. Let's take a look at the rear space. The rear space is really nice. You got this nice handle here to get in the car. So if I just step up, and interestingly, it's individual seats in the back, and so each individual seat has its own lumbar and seat control buttons, so that's really cool. And if I just step in there at 183 centimeters, I still got a lot of space here. Nice grab handle here for getting in and out of the car, and one up here for holding. So from the rear middle seats, this is what you're gonna see. And really nice Alcantara on the roof. Very, very nice seats, I must say. Feels really, really good and soft and bouncy. And down here on each seat, you're gonna have a place where you can place your phone. And you have this that reveals Type-C USB charging on that side and on this side as well. And you also have some hand rests on the seat. So yeah, the Chinese cars, I'm telling you, if the legacy brands don't sit up, they're gonna take over the world in a really short time. And you get some nice pockets here for storing like papers and files and stuff like that. And you also, behind the front passenger seat, you also got this one this button here for adjust it. You don't need to be in front to adjust it. You can just do that from the back. You get ABS, you get airbag on the B pillar, and I believe there's going to be airbags all around the car. And if you press this button, it's going to pop out and you're going to have a cup holder for the passenger. So that's really nice. And because it's a 2-seat in the middle, you've got this throughway to the back seat, so it's going to be easy for everyone to get in and out. And if we look at the center here, you have 2 screens here, one on the left, one on the right. Both have their functions for controlling the seats, windows, music, and all that. So you can open it, and then you can control, I believe it's for child safety, so you can control the music and everything from the back. And you also have the ventilation controls here. The vents are up here. They've been moved up here to give way for these ones to be installed here. So looking really nice and crisp. And if I just step into the back, so unless the middle seat is moved a little bit forward, at 183 centimeters, I'm not gonna fit. But yeah, this is what you'll see on the back seats. And if you're at the back, this is what you're gonna see. You've got an okay size window, so it's not gonna feel claustrophobic. And I believe the C pillar is really nicely done. Up here you have a speaker grill, you have airbag all around the car, some vents here, your overhead lighting, and you also have 2 Type-C charging sockets built into the speaker grill. So that's really nice. One here and one on the other side. And over here you have this button for moving your seat backwards. So if I just toggle it forward, you're gonna see the seat is going to rise, and if I move it backwards, the seat is going to go back. So and it's relatively fast, moves really fast as well. And you get a cup holder here. And down here you have some hooks. I believe when you just have 4 passengers and these seats are moved down, which I'm going to show you in a minute, then you're going to have a way to tie things down in the rear of the car. So let's go and take a look at the boot space. So let's open the boot. Oh, so it doesn't open up, it opens to the side, and this is what you see. You have 2 holders here for maybe dropping something in there or just pulling it to shut, and it's hydraulically aided, so that's nice. It's also soft close as well, I'll show you in a minute. And as you can see, it's nicely sealed all around. Really nice wide opening. And with all the 6 seats up, this is all the space you're gonna have for the boot. Very tiny. But if I just push these seats to lie flat, electronic as well, and it's one touch and it all goes down. And when that is down, you have an enormous boot space. It's not class leading, but for this size of car and the shape, it's really good size. And then you can load things up. But if you have 5 passengers, one passenger can be upright, and then you can have more space here as well on the top of the 6th seat. So that's a really neat feature. And here you have a 220-volt socket, full size socket for connecting like high power devices, and that's all really nice. So let me just bring the seats back up, and as it comes up, get the opportunity to show you. So there's a jack down here, some safety equipment, and some basic spare equipment for the car, and all looking really nice. Some aluminum rails here and the tie down ports that I showed earlier, and there's a 12-volt socket down there as well. All very neat. So yeah, this car is coming with a lot of functions and a lot of luxury for the price that they are quoting. It might sound expensive to some people. Of course, if you have the money, it's not expensive. But if you don't, then it sounds expensive. But for what you're getting for the price, it seems really worth it. And it's, although there's spare tires on the back, it doesn't feel that heavy. It's kind of easy to close, and as you can see, it's soft closed doors as well, so you don't really need to use too much of your energy to do that. Very, very nice wheels. I hope you enjoyed this video, quick walk around of this beautiful SUV coming out of China. If you're new to my channel, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so when I upload videos you'll be one of the first to be notified. So from this beautiful showroom and from this beautiful vehicle here in Shanghai, I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.